Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. In this video I'm going to show you the two main ways you can use netting. So for the two nails, for the first nail I'm going to be using the Love Me acrylic from Glam & Glitz. It's a really gorgeous shimmery blue. I'm going to be using Frost from Glam & Glitz as well, which is also a really nice white shimmery glitter, but you can't see very well from the light. My light's not very good, so you can't really see. I've got Clear from Nao, and then I'll be using my flexi finger with a tip in it and a finger rest. So the first way I'm going to show you is imprinting the netting into acrylic. I'm going to take my Love Me acrylic and I'm going to cover the whole nail in this. So I'm going to make sure it's a thin layer, but I want a nice even coverage. You don't want it to look patchy. So then I'm going to take my clear. I'm swapping brushes. I was using a size 8 round alpha brush. I'm now going to take my size 10 oval alpha brush, and I'm going to pick up a big enough bead that I can cover the whole nail in one go. This will ensure that all the acrylic will set at the same time. If you have to do it in one or more bead, well, two or more beads, you're going to want to try and make sure you do it as quickly as possible, because otherwise you will be imprinting into the nail and some parts of the acrylic may have set while other parts may not be set enough. So when you imprint the acrylic, you have to do it you have to do it like at the right time. You have to leave it to set enough that you can imprint it, but not enough that it's sticky, or it's a bit of an art, I'm not going to lie, and I haven't got it quite down to a T. But what you want to need to do is dip your netting into clear acrylic powder, then push it into the nail. You'll see that I haven't got it quite at the right moment, because at the bottom, right at the bottom, I think I've dipped it in too soon, because you can see I've got this little bit of a boo-boo here. But dipping the netting in that clear acrylic powder ensures that you won't pull any of the acrylic off the nail when you take that netting off. But I'm going to stick with this nail. I was going to do it again, but I'm not perfect at imprinting, and actually this was quite a good effort for me. So I thought I'd leave it. I'm going to take the Frost glitter and I am packing it into the little grooves and crevices that the netting has made. Then I'm going to leave it to set, and we're going to file and buff it. And you'll see when you start to file through it that you're left with this really nice, netting design, I suppose, isn't it? So I'm going to top coat with my Chinty Snow White top coat I'm using. If you want to, you can neaten up the cuticle area by adding crystals. Just ignore the boo-boo in the bottom left hand corner. So that is the look that you'll get by imprinting the netting. Pop that in the lamp to cure. So that's all done. You can see actually in that white acrylic the little shimmery bits. Can you see it? You can't now because I've turned it. But you get the odd little shimmer from that white acrylic. It's lovely. So for this nail we are going to be encapsulating, and I'm going to be using this really nice, like a Cadbury purple netting. I'm also going to be using Central Perk from Glam & Glitz. This is part of their Naked colour collection, I think. Nail Sugar do have loads of different coloured nettings, so be sure to take a look. I'm going to be using their Burlesque glitter, which is one of my all-time favourites. So I'm taking the Central Perk acrylic, and I am going to cover the whole nail in this. This is going to be my base colour. I'm going to try and leave it as thin as I can because we are going to be encapsulating the netting and the glitter, so we don't want to be creating too much bulk on the nail. So I'm going to leave it to set, leave the acrylic to set. I don't want the netting to be pushed into the pink acrylic and then you lose some of the netting, if that makes sense. So before I pop it onto the nail, I've let the acrylic set. So I'm going to wrap it around the nail where I want it, and I'm going to hold it at the back so that it is nice and firmly onto on the nail. I tell you what, I'm having real difficulty dubbing this video this morning. This is probably about the 20th time I've done it, no word of a lie. So I'm going to pop some clear acrylic over the netting. Then I'm going to take a small bead of clear acrylic, dip it into my glitter, and I'm going to place it on the nail in an S shape so that I am covering up that centre part where the netting ends on the nail. If you have got a little bulldog clip, you can secure the netting at the back of the nail with that. I should have cut off a bit of netting really, instead of holding the whole. If you're doing it on a client, it's probably best that you cut a bit off just so that you haven't got all that netting getting in the way. So once I'm happy with how the glitter is on the nail, I'm going to cap it. I'm going to leave that to set a little bit once I've capped it, and then I'm going to cut off the excess netting. Stupidly, I didn't film that bit, but don't worry about the bits of netting that stick out after you've cut it off, because it does file off quite nicely, so it shouldn't leave, it shouldn't be too much of a pain to file off, is what I'm trying to say. Top coat the nail when you're happy with your filing and shaping, and you can see that gorgeous glitter. Oh, I love it. So pop that into the lamp to cure, and this is your encapsulated netting nail. So that's on the left, and then you've got the imprinted netting on the right hand side, and that is 2 ways you can use netting. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did like it, please leave me a like. If you haven't already, do consider subscribing to my channel, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye.